everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Today I am going to attempt a beautiful idea and technique by Lorraine. And I asked her if I could try it and YouTube it. She said I could. Thank you very much, my dear. And I will link her version of doing this technique. It is just, I was just blown away when I saw it and I said, oh, I've got to try it. I'm going to move this. It's kind of got cattywampus, so I'm just going to do it on my clear surface there. I don't know what those are. So today I am using this mold. It's a maple leaf mold that I purchased from Amazon. I was really trying to get the same one that Lorraine used in her beautiful piece, but I could not find it. The closest I could find was this one, which has etching on it. Now hers didn't. So that was what I was hoping to find, but I was out of luck. So I will just try this. Made a mess already. Oh well, and then now it's probably on the underside of my mold here. That's why there is that silicone piece there, but it was kind of buckling, so why I do not know. So I'll have to clean this plexiglass a little bit later. So I'm just letting some time go by so that my resin can spread out. So this is a mold in mold process, so which is really unique. And Lorraine, that's amazing how you came up with this. Here is the large, fine crystal live edge mold of from Pouring Your Heart Out. And what I'm going to do is just pour a layer of clear resin. Because this is a deep resin, and I'm going to actually, you'll see, be placing this mold after I, this piece after I unmold it onto here. So I'm trying to sort of lift it up as this is a deep mold here. So I'm just gonna put a layer, and today I'm just using 360 plus. I hadn't used it in a while and I thought I'd try it for a bloom. I've been using all kinds of other resin, like Let's Resin, Nic Pro, and so I said, you know, I have some 360 plus, let me try that. So here I go. Don't want to fill it to the top. And what I will do is quickly, well, I'll let those bubbles come up here. I'm not going to torch this because it's too, well, maybe I will. It's too scary because it's so tiny. And I don't have a teeny torch. So I'm using today New Classic Alcohol inks. My first color of choice is red that I'm going to put in the center. Then I'm going to put Sunset around it. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to swirl or not. I might. And then I'm going to put some orange as well. So trying to go for the, well, just kind of blend them in like that. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave some spots that's white. I might drop in a red a little bit more here. Okay, so while that settles, I'm going to mix, excuse me, some of my clear with Cast and Craft. I'm going to use Cast and Craft today. And I'm going to put aside my regular 20, although I'm not going to use it at all because it's such a tiny maple leaf mold, but I like to follow the formula of Cast and Craft and blue pigment paste, which is usually 1 drop to 10 grams. But in this case, I'm actually going to use a little bit more of my Cast and Craft. So I'm going to put 1, 2, and a teensy weensy bit, if I can get that out. Come on out there. So I will mix that up. Maybe it's okay for me to now torch this one, and then I will close it so that don't get any dust particles in it. I'd like it to be as clear as possible. I've used this mold a lot, so there might be some stuff on the bottom. Might be time to get a new one. I love this mold and many, many others. So I'm just going to look from the sides. I can't see anything. And then I will close it. Now I'm going to mix my white. I've got my piping bag all ready to go here. I've let this resin sit to 35 degrees. Just mix it in some more. And all this time is also okay because I'm letting the alcohol inks sort of settle into my clear resin in my maple leaf mold. All right, so get my piping bag ready. I'm going to spiral from the inside out. Cut a little piece here. I'm going to test my drawing line. Seems like I have to squeeze a lot, so let me remember that. So here I go. Trying to get an even stream. Well, I suppose I could make it wavy. Much easier to pipe when I kind of wave the spiral. Now I'm going to follow up. Follow that shape of that mold. I'm going to come back into that little section there because I see that there's room to put something here. Make that a little thicker. Also here. Follow this. I hope mine turns out as prettily as Lorraine's. And it's a several step process, so okay, I'm going to do one here so this little stem isn't so lonely. Okay, I am going to do some dots in the center, so we'll see. So obvious to me, it looks like obviously these points go out, but then they could come in too. So I'm at a conundrum here. So let me go around like this here and bring this one out. Here I'm going to bring it out. Okay. And then on these, I'm going to bring it in. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just going to sort of do a pattern that I see. Yep. This one could go over here. No, I could do one here, but I think I'm going to do in between. Actually, I should be putting that in, but I'm not going to. I'm going to pull this in like that. That looks a little odd, but oh well. And this one I'm going to pull it in. And I think I'm going to leave that one alone. Oh, I might bring this one in. So then I've already brought this one in, so I'm going to leave that. Okay, now I'm going to do my dots again. Since I didn't put a center mix, I'm going to get a little closer so I can squeeze out a few dots. I haven't used 360 Plus in a long time for a bloom, 3D bloom, so it'll be interesting to see how this bloom turns out. Even though it's teeny, teeny, weeny. I'll just go a little bit more. I'm still practicing on the dots. I'm not as good. On them, we're using them. Okay, so now I will torch as carefully as I can, and then I will see you for the next step. See you soon. Okay, so my bloom has cured, and I'm hoping that I'll get a nice result on the other side. So let us see. And what I might do is a cheat reveal and use a black. Piece in the back. So let us see how this turned out. Okay. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh, that's pretty. Perfect. So my next step, which I won't tape, but I'll let you know what I'm going to do, is in the this crystal large fine edge mold where I placed a layer, I'm going to put another layer of resin, and then I'm going to place this on top of it. And then I will come back to you for the next step. So as I said, this is a many-step project, but ooh, I do like that bloom, how it turned out. So I will show you the next step shortly. Okay, on to the next step. So I've got my maple leaf mold secured on there. I'm putting some interference silver I think I've got a little bit too much there, so let me just make sure I don't have too much. I'm going to stir it. And I am going to add, I think I'm going to put in a little bit more, but in a moment, I'm going to put in the Let's Resin White. And it says shake before use, and the white you really do need to shake. So I think this is like the third step in this project. So let me put a few drops in and see what it looks like. And I'm going to use a little of this Let's Resin, ooh, that's pretty, Let's Resin Silver Opal in it as well to give it a little sparkle. I think I'm going to need a little bit more white. Maybe not, I don't know, but I'm just sort of greedy, so I'm going to put in one more white. I'm going to put in some of this sparkle. Ooh, it's pretty. Different colors there. Okay. So as I've said before, make sure you watch Lorraine, how she did this too. And I'm kind of basically following exactly as she did. Okay, let me see. I think I need more white, it seems like. I kind of really want a, a dark color. I mean, a dark, I think one enough. And then I'm going to put a little bit more silver. And then that's it. I'll call it quits. So believe it or not, I've tried this a few times before, and why I've been trying is because my, what'd you call it? My, my blooms haven't been turning out nicely. So that's been a little challenge for me. So I've got my piping bag ready, because what I want to do is, after I've mixed this mixture here, is I want to pour it sort of into the mold, sort of on the outside edge of this maple leaf mold, or maple leaf piece. So, and then, let's see, I think that's pretty good. So right in here. So I'm going to make sure, and you don't want to go over the top of the maple leaf piece. So it's kind of in the crevice of the outside. You can try and mix really well. May have too much, but always better to have too much, eh? Okay, so I'm going to cut a hole, and then just flick. I see some flicker there. I'm going to cut a hole on the edge here of my piping bag and just start squeezing into this area. You'll see in a moment. Yeah, like this. And I want to make sure that I do it just to the tip, or sorry, the level of the leaf. So I'm just going to do an area first. Oh boy, I hope I have enough. This is a pretty big mold. I'm squeezing. I think I have enough. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to put you on a time lapse while I do this so that you can see what I'm doing. So it won't take too much of your time. All right, so here is the next step. This little part has cured. I've mixed up some resin, and I'm using some really clear resin that I've got left from Dupont. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's epoxy. I'm going to use some black mica powder and interference violet. So I'm going to mix those two up in there, pour the layer, and treat you to some hopefully cool music. So hopefully you'll enjoy that, seeing that mixing, and then I'll see you for the unmolding. Alrighty, let's see how this turned out. Ooh, I can kind of see the outline of that maple leaf. Cool. All right, here we go. Oh, very pretty. Very pretty. Lorraine, I hope I did you proud. I love my little sparkles. That is such a cool idea, girlfriend. Take you in for a close-up. There you go. A mold within a mold. Very cool. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.